What's up, good people? Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology. Fighting it off. It's the Astro-Weather Weekend. Sorry, I'm not showing my face. I'm not looking as handsome and as pretty as I normally am. And I didn't get to upload yesterday's Astro-Weather on YouTube, but I'll put that up, even though I'm broken down. But we're looking at Friday, September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. So what we're dealing with is the very end of the Sagittarius moon, and it's squaring the sun today. You still have a little bit of the Venus square to Taurus. To Jupiter. Sorry, I got brain fog. I got COVID, and it's been kicking my butt. Had to postpone my class, but you can still sign up for my Astrology Foundations course. That is starting Saturday, September 30th, God willing, 1 p.m. Eastern, 9 weeks to December 9th. Teaching you this beautiful ancient wisdom called astrology. And I'm going to do a video kind of explaining actually the planetary alignments when I got sick, when I got the COVID. It's quite interesting. But when you have the sun and the moon in square, there can be some differences in terms of your internal and external mind. Some of your emotions can go against your, what you feel is your identity or purpose. And you could just feel a little frustrated, so there could be some Friday frustrations. But, it is Venus, and it's, having fun in Leo, moving along. And I'm looking at the chart right now, 3 p.m. Eastern. So the Sag moon is, at 29 degrees right now, but it's getting ready, close to 5 Eastern, maybe a little bit before. It's going to be in the Capricorn moon. So we'll have, half of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday rocking with this Capricorn moon, okay, which is my moon. So hopefully that restores me a little bit, and it hits my Pluto, or hits the retrograde Pluto, and I have a transformation, and I feel amazing Sunday and Monday morning when I wake up, and then I could do the Astro Weather live, and I won't scare you. But I'm not doing too bad. Just a lot of coughing, body aches, but whatever this strand is, definitely affects the dizziness, the vision, crazy body aches. And I've had it 3 times now. Obviously, the worst was the Delta. And I had it in January 2020 when they said it wasn't here yet. But the Delta is what almost killed me. So that's, in the past. So understand the Saturn retrograde is now moved to 1 degree, and it will be retrograde until November 4th. And, one thing that I've been really understanding about this is that this is where, the power structure, whether it's the UN or FEMA or whatever, they can start to try to recycle and bring back some of their medical restrictions. The CDC, all that foolishness. We still have the Neptune in retrograde, the Chiron. And now Pluto's moved to 27 degrees. So it's only 2 degrees apart from the T-square of the Aries and Libra North and South node. And don't forget, October, you guys, we got a lot going on. Obviously, whether it's October 4th or 11th, the whole phone thing at 2:22 p.m. Eastern, I would turn off the phones and televisions for a couple hours. Who knows what they're doing? I just like to stay positive on a high vibration, high frequency, and just choose a different timeline, okay? But it doesn't mean that October is not going to be wild. And remember, we do have on the 14th, the solar eclipse. Okay, so I will be talking about that, Coffee Talk, on Friday the 13th. I'm going to play Jason. But email me, BigEAstrology@gmail.com. This is the last day of the Virgo birth chart sale, too, at midnight. And the Libra birth chart sale starts tomorrow. Okay. So, yeah, you want to take advantage of that. Libra, Sun, Moon, Risings, and Virgos. Where you at, Virgos? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising? I heard from some of you, but I figured I'd hear for some more. Really good discounts for you guys, 95 and 205. If you can, get outside in nature. I went outside, got that vitamin D, had the sun on my body this morning. It was definitely helpful. Not easy walking. One thing I will say, the moon tonight, Friday, it's going to get to about 4 degrees of Capricorn. Okay. And remember, Mars in Libra is moving closer to that south node. So there could be some, you'll see in the next week or two, there could be some boyfriends or brothers or just people from your past coming up, creating some friction. Could be sexual energy or it could be old arguments, okay? And remember, Ceres, the goddess of harvest, is in Scorpio. So this is the time also to nurture and care for yourself by being authentically yourself. Remember I told you the highest frequency, love and gratitude are amazing. But being truthful and authentically you, unapologetic, just like balls to the wall, like, here I is, like I'm always say, sometimes introductions are kicked in a rhyme, and my philosophy is rhyme, brother, rhyme, So, and that could happen if you actually met me in person. I might just start spitting, That's just the type of dude I am because I'm a real MC, okay? So, Jupiter and Taurus, we're saying goodbye to Virgo season. So understand, your mind shifts. You're not going to be, and you're leaving this trine to Pluto and you're leaving the opposition to Neptune. So in some ways, it could be a relief for the mutable signs and for the earth signs. I mean, it's been positive, these trines for the Virgo sun hitting Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto for the most part. But when the sun goes into Libra, it can be kind of interesting this year because it's set up to deal with Mars in the South Node. And that can cause some issues with relationships. It can cause some issues opposing the Chiron and Aries, things like that. So, I would say for Friday, stay positive. Try to do some movement with the body, some adventures. Where's that Lilith? Oh, Lilith, where are you, girl? Lily girl, rock your world. She been bouncing back and forth from Leo to Virgo. Don't you know that Lilith glow? You get silly when you're delirious and sick. The Lilith is right next to the sun. So, trust your instincts today. Like for me, I've literally been not eating. I think in the last 4 days, I've had a banana and 2 avocados. 2 bananas and 2 avocados. For the most part, it's just been taking pills and drinking tea, okay? So trust your Black Moon Lilith and really get into that energy. And remember, this is later on tonight, maybe around 6 p.m. Eastern or 5-ish, I'd say. As the sun enters into Libra, it's still going to square the moon in Capricorn. So the big thing today is the sun square moon. So even though it's switching signs, they're kind of switching together and it's telling us something. So the start of Libra season, which is kind of officially tomorrow, but it starts this evening, it's equal day and equal night. It's, you got Yom Kippur, you got the judgment of the sun, the scales judging the sun as it passes over, and then in Scorpio, it gets betrayed, right? Judas, all that stuff. So just really this is where you've got to work on the relationships in your life this season, and even the partnerships, and see what you really value. Who's real? Who's authentic? Who's got your back? Who's on team, Jennifer? Who's on team Hope? Who's on team Evelyn? Who's on team Danny? Team Steven? Naming out some of my people. Who's on team Eric? I'm on your team. So hopefully you're on mine, because I got nothing but love for you guys. So we're going to look at Saturday, the 23rd, and we're going to go back to an earlier time of 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific, and look at that chart for Saturday, September 23rd, the official start of Libra season, and my Libra birth chart sale. Yay! Go Libra. It's your birthday. Yeah, I know a ton of Libras, dated a lot of Libras. I don't know what it is. I mean, I dated every sign. I'm married to Pisces, thank God. The best wife ever. But I definitely dated a lot of air signs. And I think, I told you guys, I think it's because the Mercury, the Virgo, I feel like Virgo is like the fourth air sign, like low-key undercover. So looking at Saturday, the 23rd, yeah, Mars is still at 17 degrees. But now we have that Libra sun, right, at 0 degrees, moving along. The Lilith is still in Virgo. And so, remember I told you that Capricorn moon would end the day like at around 4 degrees on the 22nd, on Friday. Well, by 12 noon Eastern on Saturday, it's at 11 degrees. That's my Cap moon, yay. So 9 a.m., hopefully I'll feel better when I have my moon return. But track your moon in your chart and email me. Reach out for the moon tracking service. I'm so proud of it. I'm probably not doing any chart readings to next week because I just don't have the strength. But I will make that announcement and let you guys know. But you can definitely book and order so you get in the next slot, because things will get backed up and people start booking spots, okay? So this Cap moon at 12 noon Eastern at 11 degrees, right? It means it's going to get to about 17 degrees Saturday night. And so the Cap moon is going to be in a square to Mars as you're going to bed Saturday night. So just don't get into arguments with friends and family Saturday night. Don't, get into some like relationship squabbles about business or money, or, dating an older woman, messing with a cougar, or dating an older man, things like that. Or feeling like, no, you're responsible for that. I'm not responsible for that. No, you're responsible for the kids, going to bed at a certain time. No, you're responsible for doing that. So this is where we have to be open to, that the proper communication. And this can also be an opportunity where you're like, you know what? I feel like I really want to move and sell my property, because, Mars is definitely associated with property, and it's getting closer to the South Node. So some of you might be rescuing dogs later this month in October. So just be mindful that second, third week of October, some people might be getting a new doggy in their life. I want a dog, but I got to wait for the kids to leave. They don't take care of their 2 tortoises and bearded dragons, so I'm not doing that. Wifey and I are busy. Oh, and do me a favor, support my wife, Alana Taylor. SabalePure.com. Honestly, you guys, not because she's my wife. If I found these products on my own, I would just be bragging about them, because the organic tooth powder is so great. Takes away morning breath. And let me tell you, with the COVID, it's hard to brush your teeth. My teeth have been hurting, but luckily I can just do like it real quick with her tooth powder, and my breath is still fresh. Trace Mineral Deodorant, and it's SABALI, SabalePure.com. Amazing stuff. And then she's got oil. She's got rose palo santo, lavender, lemongrass, cedarwood, I forgot the cedar wood mixed with whatever. It's so good though, the smells. So yeah, go support wifey. And she got lip balms, seasonal lip balms for the 4 seasons with amazing flavors. So, Venus is moving slow. Venus is chilling at that 18 degrees. And I think for Saturday, the energy is really going to be about taking care of your responsibilities. The moon being in Saturn-ruled sign, well, Saturday is Sabado. So it's about the discipline and structure. And sorry if I'm not doing this perfectly. My head is throbbing and I have a headache and I am legitimately sick. As soon as I'm done with Astro Weather, I will be putting it up and returning back to my bed. But, you're going to see this moon come on Sunday night, be conjunct Pluto. So there could be some important news dropped Sunday night, Monday morning, about the people. And remember, this Pluto is getting closer. It won't go exact to America's Pluto return. But, you see all the stuff at the UN and Zelensky wanting more money and the Republicans are like, no. And, to me, it's not about left or right. I just think as American citizens, we got to stand up and be like, hey, can we stop taking care of the world? Because our country is actually not doing too good right now. Can we, because I'm all about charity and helping people, but can we help ourselves and our tax dollars help us? It's kind of bad, the homelessness and everything. And don't forget this Aries, kind of in this, conjunction with the Aries North Node and not too far from the Chiron. There's just a lot of chaos. This new strain is named Aries. But remember, Aries is actually Aries, the ram's brother, but it's the goddess of war. It creates discord and strife, but it's to get to a higher truth for a spiritual awakening. So it's supposed to be positive, and maybe this will awaken people to see that there are no accidents, whether it's Morocco, Liberia, Maui, the new COVID strain, the rollout of the new whatever, and it's orchestrated and planned. I love you guys, but we got to deal in reality. Okay? So, Saturday, it's a Saturday, responsibilities. Oh, and the Cap moon will be in a trine to the Jupiter, who's now moved down to 14 degrees, Jupiter retrograde. And, that can really have us not only feeling optimistic and fortunate and blessed, but really just appreciating nature, appreciating the season change, the autumn leaves. I used to love in New York, going apple picking and the weather changed and the leaves and playing football in Central Park. And, my son's doing his football team. He's off this week, but his team is 1-1 right now. I'm really happy for him, playing slot receiver and cornerback. And, my second boy, the 14-year-old. So, it's really cool. But just understand that this Jupiter retrograde is also making you want to focus on moving the physical body. Okay? Really taking care the biology and the finance, being grounded and practical. Right now, it's not time to overspend. It's time to kind of store up for winter. Get you your rice and beans and soup. And I'm not talking about hoarding. There's no panic. But October looks slim shady. I mean, we'll talk about it more as it comes up. But whether it's October 4th, the 11th, the 14th, October is looking fruity Looney Tunes, Gazoobo Boons, Newbie Dunes. Okay, and the Virgo Mercury is, starting to catch up. And so Virgo Mercury is now in the energy of the trine to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus at 12 degrees to 14. And so you can have a grand earth trine, energy on Saturday as well. Okay, so it's definitely about spending, the Saturday out in nature and, Unfortunately, I'm sick, but I'm going to still get out a little bit and just stay to myself. But you got to enjoy it. So that moon trine Mercury, it's the emotional mind and the logical analytical mind in sync on the 23rd, son. You'd be like, you know what? Get me that Libra birth chart sale, son. I'm a Libra sun or moon or rising. I'm reaching out to BigEAstrology@gmail.com, son. So let's check out the astro weather. We'll do the 12 Eastern again, and we're going to look at Sunday, September 24th. Wow. I tell you, time is flying. I always miss Virgo season, but I like Libra season too. Shout out to my Libra friends, Heather, and old friend Cynthia. Your Libras. My good friend Kareen, Meredith. Libras are sweet people, man. My friend Sarah. I respect Libras. They're very sweet, very friendly. Sometimes they you gotta meet their representative. You gotta push and prod a little for them to get introspective and really be self-critical. That's not their bag, baby. But that's all right. They have pure hearts. So when we're looking at Sunday, so the sun is, at 1 degree and moving along to get to 2 degrees probably before the end of the day. And so at Sunday, September 24th, 9 a.m. Pacific, you're dealing with that moon. Now it's jumped up at 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. Remember I told you it'd be at 18 degrees. Well, now it's at 25. So it's probably like, around midnight, like around 19. So the moon switches every 2 hours, 1 degree. So it's 60 hours, 2.5 days in the birth chart. So at 25 degrees at 12 noon, that means 10 hours for it to get to 0 degrees Aquarius. Okay, so that's going to be around 10 p.m. So, we'll have the Aquarius moon, kind of sneak into the end of the story, late Sunday night. But this is really about, this Cap moon hitting this Pluto. So be interesting to see around 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern what type of stuff is going on. Moon conjunct Pluto. Could be some interesting stuff the sports weekend too. Maybe some huge upsets. Hopefully no more injuries. My fantasy football teams are jacked. But when you're dealing with this T-square with Aries and Libra, the I, Aries North Node, the we, Libra South Node, and then it's going to be in a T-square to the Moon and Pluto. This can be things that are transforming, very fated and karmic, transforming your family, your health, your body. I hope for me, I feel, Sunday around 1 or 2 p.m. Pacific, I feel transformed and lit. Little litty and gritty, a little bit better. As I said that, my vision just got a little brighter. See, that's a sign from God right there. So, yeah, and, don't fear any placements in astrology, guys. Don't fear Saturn or Pluto or the nodes. This is the map of your life, and it's God's way of kind of just guiding us through the cosmos, through these light energies, these planets. And with the sun being in Libra, it's basically focusing on it this time around with the South Node there and Mars. It's like no more being passive aggressive, no more accepting less than. It's time to be introspective and probing and investigative with self and others for your relationships. Don't be in a relationship just to be in one if it doesn't serve you for your highest good. And the Mercury trine Jupiter speaks to that. Let your logical and philosophical mind kind of protect you from, dealing with the Venus Leo. Like, oh, the emotions are, oh, she looks so good. And, oh, he's so handsome and he's 6'1". So, but he has 3, baby mamas. And you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not judging anybody that does, but you want to send out the frequency that you want to attract. And so that's why Saturn retrograde in Pisces is so important for the spiritual discipline and the routines and practicing the self-love. So this Venus is sextiling Mars. So there's some sexual energy this weekend, but just make sure it's with the right person. Okay. And Juno's in Leo. So, people are, don't fall for the politician and entertainer that could be deceiving you. And remember I told you today's the day, well, as I'm recording this, not Sunday, but Friday, maybe there can be some movement in negotiations with, because they're going to go strike at more places for the auto union, but maybe Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild, maybe they, decide to start negotiating fairly. And maybe they just want it all to break away and destroy it, And we have to consider that a lot of these things are orchestrated and done on purpose to create the discord and chaos. Come on, y'all. Y'all are smart enough. And this Uranus is really squaring the Venus, not just the Jupiter anymore. So it's more closer to the Uranus, Venus and Leo. And so there can be some sudden relationships or sudden, downloads about the power structures, and truths, things being revealed. I think for, our practical lives, the real key for the collective is to sing a song, boom, 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 boom. Nah, but, to understand you are a co-creator with God in the universe. God is within you. And, whether it's for you, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Muhammad, this, that, Elijah, have your faith. It's not my job to judge. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. That's who I called on when I was almost, when I was basically dead and gone. And everybody wrote your boy off. Well, God didn't, and Jesus didn't. My mom didn't. And thank you for the loving and kind messages. The 21st was the 2nd year anniversary of me losing my mother. Had a lot of tears yesterday. It was rough. She was a good one. She was special. Pisces moon, Pisces rising, Taurus sun. That was my heart. Best mom ever. All right, we're going to wrap this up. My head is throbbing. My ears are throbbing. But don't forget the Mercury trine, Jupiter, this moon in the T-square and conjunct Pluto, the transformation. And you have to be willing to transform. And you have to be willing to unravel the lies and the deception and the veils and see reality and truth for what it is. If they keep showing you that they're bad and evil, then maybe it's time for you to believe them, right? If you keep seeing crazy things that make no logical sense, then maybe it's time to question it. That's your true gift of freedom, is to question everything. It's not my government, my daddy. You're not a slave to CNN or Fox or ABC or NBC or Wall Street Journal or the government and this and that. These are just human beings like you and I. And Vanguard and BlackRock really run and own everything anyway. So everything is Neptune, Pisces. This world's going to shift a lot in 2026, I promise you, when Neptune goes to Aries. Go watch that video. Your boy went in on that. I did it years ago, but I bet it probably still holds up. So I got nothing but love for you. You can still sign up for my astrology course. Virgos, you got till midnight, tonight on the 22nd, and then Libras, holla at me, okay? But the Astrology Foundations course, you can do 4 payments, only $83 a month. That's a steal to learn this ancient wisdom. Trust me, going forward, you're going to want to understand and know this like the back of your hand, okay? Believe me. Wait till Uranus goes to Gemini, Pluto Aquarius, Saturn and Neptune into Aries, 25, 26. You think October is going to be a rough month? It's going to be on and popping. All right. BigEAstrology, I love you. Email me, hit me up, and sign up. $332. Astrology Foundations course. It's so much fun. Workbook, homework, videos, in class, working on the charts. Ooh, we look at some good charts too. I mean, deep. And, what I really like about it is that everybody gets to chime in. And it's like we're detectives together. As I'm teaching you astrology, well, then you get to test it and share your insights. And there's no wrong answers. It's just about learning these energies. Like Jupiter being debilitated in Capricorn. Well, sometimes it can work out to be really good because what happens? That becomes your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies to achieve and work hard and be disciplined. So no, you're not a divine teacher, but in 2023, you can have Jupiter Capricorn be a great placement and a blessing. And I've seen that in many, many charts. So just one example. So squares, oppositions, planets in their fall debilitation. It's not all that bad, my friend. All right. God bless you guys. Please pray for your boy that I get better ASAP so I can start my class next Saturday, September 30th, 1 p.m. Eastern. Got people worldwide. And thank you for all the people that have already signed up, understanding, trust me, I surely did not want to get COVID. I thought I was 2 times and done. To get it a 3rd time is no fun. And I'm not going to lie, it's a little scary and off-putting, but after what I went through, I have no more fears. And I walk in love and gratitude with God. So just understand that. All right. So that's the astro weather for September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We're in the cusp of beauty. So go watch those videos, my Virgo Libra cusp. They're really good. All right. Have a great astro weather weekend. God bless you. BigEAstrology. Astro weather. Peace.